He's still there. He still says I love you when you hang up the phone. He still sleeps in your bed. But something fundamental has shifted, and you can't quite put your finger on what it is. It's not what he's doing, it's what he's stopped doing. The small things, the things that used to be automatic, the ways he used to show you that you mattered. They're disappearing one by one, so gradually that you almost didn't notice. Until you did. Now you can't unsee it. The distance, the lack of effort, the feeling that you're becoming optional instead of essential. He hasn't said anything. He hasn't pulled away dramatically, but his energy has changed. His investment has dropped. And you're lying awake at 3 in the morning, trying to figure out if you're paranoid or if your gut is telling you the truth. Your gut is telling you the truth. And these are the signs you've been too afraid to acknowledge. You've started testing him without meaning to. You wait to see if he'll initiate plans. He doesn't. You don't text first for a day to see if he notices. He doesn't reach out. You mention something important to you, and he responds with a half-hearted "that's cool" before changing the subject. You're doing all the work now. You're the one suggesting dates, asking questions, trying to keep conversations alive. He's just responding barely. And every time you notice yourself carrying the relationship alone, you feel a little more pathetic. He's on his phone constantly when you're together. Not talking to you, just scrolling, existing in the same space but mentally a million miles away. You've asked him to put it down. He does, for about 3 minutes, then picks it back up like it's a reflex. Like looking at you is less interesting than looking at strangers on the internet. The affection is dried up. He doesn't reach for your hand anymore. Doesn't kiss you goodbye like he means it. Sex has become something that happens occasionally, initiated by you, and it feels transactional. Like he's doing it to check a box, not because he actually desires you. And that's gutting you. You catch him being inconsistent. He says he's too tired to come over, but then you see him out with his friends. He says he's busy all weekend, but his social media tells a different story. He has energy and time for everyone except you. And when you bring it up, he makes you feel needy for noticing. He stopped including you in his life. He used to tell you about his day, his thoughts, his plans. No, you find out things secondhand. From his friends, from social media. You're not his person anymore. You're just someone he's still technically in a relationship with. You know what's happening. You can feel him slipping away. But he hasn't said anything, so you can't say anything without sounding crazy or insecure. You're trapped in this limbo where you know the relationship is dying, but you're both pretending it's fine. And the pretending is killing you, because you're not fine. You're watching someone you love slowly stop loving you back, and you don't know if you should fight for it or let it go. He's losing interest. And while he might not have said it out loud, his behavior is screaming it. These 7 silent signs don't lie. Sign 1. His responsiveness has dropped dramatically. He used to reply quickly. Now hours pass, sometimes a full day. And when he does respond, it's short, generic. No effort to actually engage. This isn't about him being busy. You're busy too, and you still make time to respond. This is about you dropping down his priority list. When someone is interested, you're a priority. When they're losing interest, you become an afterthought. Sign 2. He stopped making plans. When a man is interested, he thinks about the future with you in it. He makes plans for next weekend, next month. He wants to secure time with you. When interest fades, future planning stops. Everything becomes vague. We'll see, maybe. I don't know my schedule yet. He's keeping his options open because he's not sure you'll still be in his life, or he's hoping you won't be. Sign 3. Physical intimacy has become one-sided or non-existent. He doesn't initiate anymore. He doesn't touch you casually. The passion is gone. And when intimacy does happen, he's not present. He's going through the motions. This is because physical desire follows emotional investment. When the emotional connection weakens, the physical desire dies. His body is showing you what his words won't admit. Sign 4. He's emotionally unavailable. He doesn't share with you anymore. He's closed off. When you ask what's wrong, he says nothing. When you try to connect deeply, he deflects or shuts down. He's protecting himself by withdrawing emotionally. He's creating distance, so when the relationship ends, it hurts less. He's already leaving, he just hasn't moved out yet. Sign 5. He's irritable with you for no clear reason. Everything you do seems to annoy him. Your laugh, your stories, your needs. Things that never bothered him before are suddenly problems. This is called negative sentiment override. When someone is losing interest, their perception of you shifts. They stop seeing your quirks as endearing and start seeing them as flaws. He's building a case against you to justify his fading feelings. Sign 6. He's investing his energy elsewhere. He has time for the gym, for friends, for hobbies, for work, just not for you. You're the thing that gets cancelled, the thing that gets rescheduled, the thing he gets to when everything else is done. And sometimes he doesn't get to you at all. This shows you exactly where you rank in his life. And it's not where you used to be. Sign 7. He avoids meaningful conversations about the relationship. When you try to talk about where things are going or how you're feeling disconnected, he shuts it down. He says you're overthinking. He says everything is fine. He refuses to engage in conversations about the relationship's health because he doesn't want to have to tell you the truth, that he's checked out. These signs don't show up overnight. They accumulate, and you've been seeing them. You've just been hoping you were wrong, hoping he was just stressed or busy or going through something. But deep down you know, when someone wants to be with you, they show up, they make effort, they stay engaged. When they're losing interest, they pull back in exactly these ways. He's showing you through his absence, his disengagement, his lack of investment. And the silence is intentional, because if he doesn't say it out loud, he doesn't have to take responsibility for it. He can let the relationship die slowly and pretend it just faded naturally. You can't make someone stay interested. You coup on logic or perform or perfect your way into mattering to someone who has already decided you do on. And trying to will only destroy your self-worth. You need to stop doing the detective work. Stop analyzing every text. Stop making excuses for him. Stop waiting for him to suddenly become the person he was in the beginning. That person showed up because he was interested. This person is showing up barely because he hasn't figured out how to leave yet. You need to have the conversation he's avoiding, not to convince him to stay, not to prove your worth, but to get clarity. Sit him down and say, I've noticed you've been distant. I need to know if you still want this relationship, because I'm not going to keep investing in something you've already checked out of. Watch what he does, not just what he says. If he dismisses you, minimizes your concerns, or gets defensive, he's telling you he doesn't value your feelings enough to address them. If he makes promises but nothing changes, he's stalling. If he's honest and tells you he's struggling or uncertain, at least you have truth to work with. But here's what you can't do. You can't stay in this half relationship where you're re-auditioning for someone's continued affection, where you're the only one trying, where you're becoming smaller and more anxious just to keep someone who's already gone. His loss of interest isn't your failure. Sometimes people lose interest for reasons that have nothing to do with you. Sometimes they're not ready. Sometimes they're emotionally unavailable. Sometimes they're just not the person they pretended to be in the beginning. The most important thing you can do right now is to choose yourself. Choose your peace. Choose your self-respect. If you feel like you're struggling with this, please know that talking to a mental health professional can provide incredible support and clarity. There are resources available, like the National Alliance on Mental Illness and other local services, that can connect you with help. You deserve a partner who is excited to be with you, not one you have to convince. Thank you so much for watching. If this video resonated with you, please consider subscribing for more content. We'll see you in the next one. What matters now is what you do with this information. Do you stay and accept breadcrumbs from someone who used to give you everything? Or do you respect yourself enough to walk away from someone who's showing you they do unvalue what you offer? You know what you need to do. You've known for a while. You're just waiting for permission. Here it is. You deserve someone who's sure about you. He's not. That's enough reason to go. His silence is his answer. His lack of effort is his answer. His withdrawal is his answer. Stop waiting for him to say the words when his actions have been screaming them for weeks. You're not losing someone who loved you. You're losing someone who stopped, and there's a difference. Walk away with your dignity. Don't beg someone to see your worth. Just remove yourself from people who are too blind to see it. If this gave you the clarity you needed, we're here every week. Subscribe to keep these conversations going. You deserve enthusiasm, not uncertainty. Remember that